Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to Yarn and Pajamas. Today is Crochet Podcast number 59. So I'm a day late, guys, and I'm in a different location today. I'm downstairs in the living room. I was going to go outside because it's kind of nice weather, but I live beside of a granary and there's trucks just like lined up back to back, so it's really noisy outside. You'll probably be able to hear them and my dogs who are over there eating and drinking as we speak. They didn't want to eat or drink until I started doing this, but you know, that's how it usually goes. Well, we're going to go ahead and draw a winner first for the gnome bundle giveaway for November. We will go ahead and do that. So I will go ahead and pull it up on my phone here. Let's see. I always have to remember like what I'm supposed to hit to record the screen. So I'm recording now, just so I'll know where to insert it at. So let's see. Let's go to the comment picker. I did go ahead and put the URL in there, but we'll filter duplicate users, include the replies, and our text was November. And then 8 plus 9 is 17. And we had 42 comments. Wow. Okay, so let's just go ahead and press start. Summer Dye, congratulations. Summer has to say train. She doesn't say train, but Summer says, I can't believe it's already November. I wanted the pumpkin bucket from McDonald's, but our McDonald's sold out of it really fast, and I only ended up with the wedge. I know, it was like, for real, Summer, it took 3 of us in 2 different states for me to get all of the buckets. Well, I got 2 of each bucket, so yeah. So congratulations, Summer. The only thing I need for you to do is tell me how you want your $10, if you want me to just throw it down in the bag, or if you want me to PayPal, you just let me know. So congratulations, yay, so much fun. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop this from recording. I usually forget to do that and stuff, so we're gonna go ahead and just, while I'm doing it, airdrop it to my phone. Okay, so I won't airdrop anymore when I am recording because it cut off my recording. I was getting ready to turn that light on. It's out of habit. Every time I sit down here, I turn it on because I'm usually going to start working on something. But I don't have any objects to show you guys today. No finished objects. I've not been working on anything, but I didn't want to miss another week because I missed 2 weeks just the other couple weeks, and I thought, well, maybe the rest of the podcast could be like a crochet and chat. So I did go and get me a project that I haven't worked on in a while, but it is that baby blanket that I'm making for Jeanette's grandbaby, who is already here. She has been born. She was born last month, so I'm a little, behind. Need to get this done so she'll have a nice, cozy, warm blanket for the winter time. So I thought what I would talk about with you guys while we were hanging out this evening is some non-yarny YouTube channels that I like to watch. I can't even remember like what stitch I'm doing. Is that a double crochet? Let's see if it looks the same. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's a half double. I think it's a half double. Why don't we just take a stitch apart just so that I can see? Yeah, half double. Let's take another one apart just so I can be sure. Yes. Okay, so back to, I'm also cooking dinner right now. I'm making some taco salad. So, do you guys like these type of cookbooks like this? Like the ones that like schools sell or churches sell, like they were real popular like back in the 80s and 90s, I know. I am like obsessed with them right now. I was in the kitchen like putting something away like in a cabinet or something, and I found like 3 that my mom had, and they were all from 2009, so she must have went home around that time like to Kentucky and like bought all of these like in a trip that she was down there, because it was all in 2009. I don't know, I didn't ask her, but that's just what I assumed in my mind. But I was like looking at them, and I remember like I used to like looking at these a whole lot like back in the day. Like my dad would have some, and like, you know, your grandparents and stuff, you go to people's houses and spend the night, and you know, their mom had them, and I always liked looking at them. So the one I'm currently looking at right now is called Yoder Mennonite Cookbook, and it's from Yoder, Kansas, and it was in 1983 is when it was published. And it says that there was 4 publications of it, so they done 4 rounds of it, 4 printings, I guess, and the last printing was in 1985. So I'm assuming that that's the printing that mine came from. But yeah, I'm like, I think I am at the desserts part of it now. But as you can see, I have found me some recipes, and the recipe that I'm making tonight actually comes from here. So I like finding good recipes, because the way I think of it is these are people's like best recipes. It's like, you know, this is my favorite taco salad or my favorite chocolate pie, you know, that my family loves and stuff. So I did go a little crazy. Yesterday I went to the thrift store and I bought quite a few books. Now, most of them I'll probably end up donating back, because I'll just not like find anything that appeals to me in it. I already found one that's nothing but like about peanuts. It's all dishes made with peanuts, but and that's not really something that I cook with. So yeah, does anybody else like these types of cookbooks? Let me know if you do, because I love them. I love sitting and looking at them and just reading the ingredients and be like, oh, well, that's kind of like, you know, how I make my stuff, kind of stuff. One of my favorite ones that I have, I'll just show you real fast, is this one. It's called Dining with Pioneers, and it is from the Councils of Tennessee, I think. The Telephone Pioneers of America, Tennessee, chapter number 21. It's what it's from. So, and I actually bought this off of Thrift Books. See? But I had seen this on another YouTube channel, and she was talking about like all of the great recipes that are in it, and it is a nice hefty book, and there really are. I've made a couple recipes out of it, and there is a peanut butter ball recipe in here that is, I'm going to say, very, very similar to the way that my great aunt makes peanut butter balls, and I'm going to make some of them this year. So I'm going to have to pause you guys just real quick. I'm going to go check on my taco meat, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I just don't want it to, you know, burn. But if anybody's interested, I will type up the taco salad recipe that I'm using tonight from the Yoder's Mennonite Cookbook, and I'll put it in the file section on my YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook page, Yarn and Pajamas, which is linked below. And if you don't have Yarn and, I cannot talk. If you don't have the Facebook, just let me know and I'll email it to you. So, yeah. Oh, sorry, I got a text message. So yeah. So, what I was wanting to talk about, chit chat, was the, speaking of cookbooks, my favorite YouTube channels, some of the ones that I enjoy watching that are non-yarny YouTube channels. And one of those channels is where I saw this cookbook, The Dining with Pioneers. And I will look and see if I can find a link for this book and put it down below. I don't think I paid a whole lot for it. I'm going to say probably not over 10 bucks, if that much. It's pretty, like I said, pretty hefty in size. So, and I have enjoyed looking at it. I'm not even completely all the way through it yet. Like, I've just been doing it in sections. But the channel that I like is called Celebrating Appalachia, and the lady who runs it, her name is Tipper, and she is from the western part of North Carolina. So she's in the Appalachian mountain range, and she is, like, pretty much what her channel name is, Celebrating Appalachia. So she has like a variety of stuff on her channel, where she interviews like her mom, interviews other people within the community. She does a lot of like cooking videos, and it's like foods that like she cooks for her family, foods that are like based like from like her area, like, you know, like just good Southern cooking, pretty much. Foods that she grew up with, foods that her mom cooked. And then, like I said, like she has like this cookbook, which I can't remember what recipe that she was making out of this book, but she has like a meatloaf recipe that I've made that was really good. Like, I don't think I'll ever make another meatloaf. And that was my first time making a meatloaf, was that meatloaf recipe. And it was my second time ever eating a meatloaf, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. So I think that's the one that I will continue to make. She has, like, they work in the garden. She does this one where she talks about like Appalachian words, like slang words, and like she tells you the meaning. And she has 2 daughters, and sometimes like she will like quiz them, like, and see which one knows what the meaning of the word is. And a lot of times what I like about her videos, like, and there's like music, like her family is very musical. Like her dad, who's passed away now, they call him Pap. He was like, he grew up playing instruments, he was musical and sung. So then of course, you know, like Tipper does, her brother does, her 2 daughters do. So it's like, it's ingrained in this family. So you'll see them from time to time, like playing music, like her and her daughters and her brother will, you know, sing a song and stuff, and they're really good. But like, I love like watching her cooking videos, because she'll often have like a story. Like she'll just like tell a story. Like when she was like doing the meatloaf story, like she was telling how the meatloaf recipe came to be, how like she didn't like her mom's meatloaf growing up. She just didn't care for it. And she said that, you know, her dad, Pap, was in the hospital, but he was down in Atlanta. And while he was in Atlanta, they ran into someone that they knew from, you know, back home, and she gifted him and her mom a cookbook, and out of that cookbook is where Tipper had found the recipe for the meatloaf that she makes, you know, for her family, and that the only meatloaf that she likes. So she often has stories, or she has books about Appalachia, like that other people have wrote. Like there's one by John Paris, and I guess he was he wrote for a newspaper, and then he combined all of his articles together into a book, and she'll often read like an article out of it that's pertaining to what's going on in her video. It's just very good. Like if you want to just culturally see what it's like for, you know, living in that area, it's very nice. And I just adore Tipper's family. And speaking of celebrating Appalachia, the next channel is kind of like a spin-off channel of it, and it's the channel that her two daughters have. She has twin girls, and their channel name is the Presley Girls, and they're just cute as bugs. They're adults, they're not children, but they're young adults, and it follows just, you know, their interests. Like Katie, she does stuff with rocks. I can't remember like what like the artisan name for it is, but she's like a silversmith, and whatever it is like with rocks, she does that. And often you'll be going with them for her to get the rocks. She gets them right out of her creek. And they do driving in the South videos, so it's sort of like a driving and a chit chat kind of video, but they usually have like something they want to talk about. And they have music videos, like them just, you know, singing and playing music. Here at Halloween they had like spooky stories. Corey, she is a music teacher. She teaches and does guitar lessons. And she like is a jack of all trades. Like she does so much stuff, but she's a crocheter. She makes homemade soap. She does like all kinds of stuff. It's just very interesting just watching and just seeing what the girls are up to. They often you'll see them in their mom's videos. Oftentimes Corey is helping her mom, or Katie's helping her mom, so you'll see them quite often over there on Celebrating Appalachia. So those two channels, and I will, you know, put them down below if you want to go and give them a check out. But I really enjoy watching them. And again, I'm going to go check on my food, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, my taco meat is almost done, so I'll be getting it up here in just a few minutes to go and turn that off. Let's see. I knew I was gonna do that. I don't know why I put these into balls, because I hate working with the balls. It's just you know, for that simple fact right there, it's like you drop it and it goes everywhere. Okay, so the next two channels are sort of like this, like it's a channel and then like a spin-off, like you meet the people first on one channel and then they started their own channel, and it's just as much fun to watch them too. So the channel that I feel like that was, I'd done a double crochet, and I had not done a double crochet, but it is called the Chateau Diaries. Now this one is based out of France, and the lady who runs the channel, her name is Stephanie, And it is, she owns a chateau in France called Chateau de Lalande. And she has been fixing it up and turning it into like a bed and breakfast type thing. Now, she has owned the chateau for quite some time, like 10 plus years. And she does tell the story of like how she came to own the chateau, how it came to be that I feel like my end here is not right. How she came to, I just cannot, it's like I can't function almost. How she came to have workaways. That's what I'm trying to say. So she lives in this chateau full time. Like, she doesn't go off anywhere. Now, she owns the chateau with, starting out, it was one other person. Her and one of her friends bought it, but he didn't live there. So I guess she was there pretty much by herself, and she signed up for this program because she was, you know, lonely, and like she pretty much says that she was lonely and she needed some company. And it's like a workaway program, so people like volunteer to come, and they'll work for like so many weeks, and then they move on and they go somewhere else, or they go back to their, you know, real life. And she started doing that, and it was like a major success. So they started getting quite a bit of the chateau like fixed up, and you just kind of go like through the journey of it. It's like the rooms, like she does like sewing, and she'll make like drapes and like bedclothes. She does a lot of like, she'll go to like charity shops and do some shopping like there. It's like, I can't specify like what kind of videos she has, because there's so many different kinds of videos that she has. But it's like you're just really on this like journey with her, and it is pretty much like, if you can imagine Alice in Wonderland, like that being like a real thing, like you have went down the rabbit hole and you live in this like whimsical world, that is this place. It is very whimsical. All of the people are whimsical. They do things like, they'll be like spur of the moment, be like, let's go look for fairies out in the forest. We've got to pack us a picnic. So here they go with these picnic baskets out to the forest to find them a great place to have lunch. Okay, I'm going to pause you guys. Okay, so I got my taco meat turned off, so we won't be disturbed by the taco meat any longer. But so Lalande is very whimsical, but it's very educational. Like, you learn a lot and you get to see like some amazing transformations. She also she has another channel. I can't remember the name of it, but I don't watch it. My mom does. I think it's called Cadeau at the Chateau. I think that's what it's called. But people, they send her stuff. Like, her channel really blew up during COVID because they were all locked down. And she was locked down with her mom, Isabel, who, so Isabel was there visiting, and now her husband, Percy, was in South Africa where they live. So they were separated, and Isabel couldn't get back to Percy. And then the night of the lockdown, Selmar shows up. So he was traveling. He was a workaway that was coming there, but Stephanie had canceled all of the workaways, but he was already en route and he didn't know about the lockdown. So he gets there, and so he just locks down with them. and they really like start making like showing you like all of the rooms of the chateau, like even like the rooms that aren't fixed and like what their plans are. And I really think that they really took off during this time, and it was great. So like people seeing her stuff, like, and seeing like other people at the chateau stuff too, because they have like workers that stay there now, like that are there all of the time. But all of the proceeds from that channel, like it goes to charity. So any money that channel generates, she donates it to charity. But like she has a big project where she wants to restore the lake. There's a whole big to-do about the lake, and it's all in there. But it really is like one of my favorite non-yarny channels to watch. I really enjoy it because I'm like, I did not know that people live this way. I thought it was just all like make-believe. But then the last channel I'm going to talk about is a spin-off of this one. I won't say a spin-off, but you meet Dan because Stephanie hires him to do some work in her garden. So that's how you first meet Dan. And Dan eventually starts his own channel, and it is called Escape to Rural, that's a hard word for me to say, France. Escape to Rural France. Now I want to say Escape to Rural France, but he has videos to where he's like fixing up an old farmhouse. So that's very interesting. And Dan's very like personable. So yeah. But one of the cool things is that, and it's like at the beginning, like this just happened. Well, like, I guess it happened a while ago, but like, it's like he's just now like got everything into like place, and like it's starting. But he bought a chateau. And when I say chateau, I'm using that word loosely because it literally is 4 walls. So this chateau needs major work. Like there's trees growing inside of it. It's crazy. But it was like there was a fire and destroyed the chateau. So he is going to bring this chateau back to life, and you get to watch him every Sunday on his journey. And I just thought that was pretty cool. So I have been following along specifically every Sunday, and then I'll go back and watch his other videos. But those were the ones that, you know, I look forward to seeing. And he says, I think that, I can't remember the name of his chateau, but I believe that it was once owned by Coco Chanel. And then I think during wartime, it was used as like an orphanage type thing for displaced children of the war. So that's pretty neat. He has found like some pictures, older pictures and older articles, like from a man that was like one of the children there. So he does read like some of that, a little bit in the videos, but there's only like 4 or 5 videos. Like he's literally just started this. So if you like those type of videos, like where you're seeing people clean up stuff, like especially like, you know, wooded areas and like restoring and bringing stuff back to life, I think that you'll really like Dan's channel, because that's pretty much basically what it is. He's restoring this farmhouse, and now he's restoring this chateau. So those are 4 of non-yarny YouTube channels that I like to watch. So I think I've kept you guys for quite some time tonight for not having anything to do to show you guys for this podcast, because I have not worked on anything. But I promise to change that, because I am going to work on some stuff this week. I also plan on recording a Hooked on Murder show. I was going to do that yesterday, but I ran out of time. So I didn't get to do it, but I plan on doing that this weekend, so look forward to that. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. It was just a chit chat video pretty much, instead of like a regular podcast, but I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys are working on or what you guys had for dinner. I love your comments. They make me happy, so just keep them coming. Let me know what you guys think about the channels that I talked about, if you already watched them or if they sound interesting to you. Yeah, let me know. So I will talk to you guys later, and bye.